Hello. Good morning or good evening, depending where you are in the world. And if you hop on this live, give me hashtag live and tell me where you are from. If you are going to watch this live later, give me hashtag replay. Yes. And if you are new to my world, if you don't know me, so my name is Magdalena Barich. I am empowerment coach and transformational guide, and I help women in transition to reclaim their power and never abandon themselves again so that they can shine in their life and have the freedom and impact they desire. And today's title is Five Ways How to Reclaim Your Power and Never Abandon Yourself in Relationships with Men. And if you feel that you are ready to reclaim your power, that you are ready for this next step, and you are meant for more, so I'm offering a free empowerment diagnostic call. This is absolutely free meeting, and during this 1 hour with me, we can look at where you are actually stuck, and you will get this one shift. You will learn this one shift you need to make to start living the life you are born to. Yes. So today's topic, as I said, 5 ways to reclaim your power and never abandon yourself in relationships with men. And let me start this with a story. And this is actually my personal story, but I think this is relevant for for this topic, and maybe it will be inspiring for you, or will show you some ways. Some years ago, it was maybe 8, 9 years ago, more or less, I attracted to my life, I actually manifested in my life the man who is who was very, very handsome, mm, extremely handsome, looking more or less like Antonio Banderas in Desperado movie, but it was a very, very egoistic and narcissistic type. And why am I telling this? Because at that time, actually in my life, for a long, long time, I had a lot of complexes. I had a lot of complexes. I had a lot of um, situations when I was unhappy with myself, unhappy with my look. I was thinking I was too fat. I was thinking I was not good enough. Yes. And there came the moment in my life where actually I lost some kilos. I started to take care about myself. But you know what? I started to do all these things from the outside. And this about 10 years ago or 9 years ago, when the story that I'm telling you about took place, I actually look extremely good physically. Yeah. I was very happy with myself. I was finally proud. Yeah, because before, when I was meeting some men whom I like, for example, from appearance, they completely didn't notice me. And maybe you can also relate to this, that you like somebody, you want to get some contact, but this person just treats you like a, inverted commas, a gray mouse, and you are completely invisible for this man. So as I said, at this time I was extremely, extremely proud of my look, but there is a very big work which I didn't do. And this is the inner work, and this is the work on my self-worth, on my self-confidence, deep, deep, deep inside me. And so I was wearing a mask. Let me have a sip of water. I was wearing the mask of the very self-confident woman, and in fact, I wasn't such a woman. Yes. So what is interesting? Sip of water. what is interesting, always according to the law of manifestation, law of attraction, we are attracting the same. So, like attracts like. So, I attracted at that moment the man who was extremely handsome, narcissistic, and he seemed very confident, but it was also a facade. Of course, I didn't know about it at the beginning of our relationship, but then, with the time, I realized that, one mask attracted the other. And we attracted ourselves on this sexual level. We had extremely, extremely awesome, amazing sex, which was very addictive, I would say. But all this relationship, why I'm telling you about it? Because in this relationship, I completely lost myself and I abandoned myself because this man, he was completely not taking care about my needs, not taking care about my feelings, and I was really and literally, behaving like a doormat. Of course, I can be ashamed now because when I look at how I behaved at that time, it is completely impossible for me now to behave that way. But for some reason, I did behave like that. I was waiting for this man 2 or 3 hours. I was, always available, 24 hours like a Tesco. I completely didn't respect my time, my really needs, my my feelings, my deep feelings, because why it was happening? Because I was thinking, as I told you, I looked extremely good outside, but inside I was still this insecure, wounded, hurt, not self-confident woman. So this woman really felt chosen, that such kind of attractive man chose me, chose me for fucking, yeah, in simple words. Uh, but I was probably thinking that I didn't deserve for more. And really, all this behavior that I presented there, now for me completely inacceptable. But this behavior showed me in hindsight, this was my really big lesson because it showed me what I really don't want in a relationship with men. If you are hopping on, give me hashtag live, tell me where you are from, leave me some little comment. I will be really glad to get it. Yeah. So this is the story that my mask of this attractive, self confident person attracted this other mask of self confident, inverted commas, allegedly self confident, handsome man. Because, of course, we attracted each other on the subconscious level. Remember that always our subconsciousness is much more powerful. So we are always attracting on the subconscious level. And on the subconscious level, this man was also like a wounded boy with a lot of, wounds from the childhood. Usually, most of this comes from childhood or from the time when we were just small, and we met at this point. Yeah, but of course, as I said, from the hindsight, this is for me a very powerful lesson, because I've learned what I really don't want to do anymore in my life in relationships with men, what I am basically not available for. So, if some of these resonates, if you were in some kind of relationship like that, that you are really doing the things that you didn't want to do, or that you decided on something that you didn't really want to decide, that you really didn't want to do, that it was against your values, yeah, against your opinions. Yes. So remember that I'm offering this free empowerment diagnostic call, and you can just meet me for 1 hour. We can talk, and my promise is that um, we will find out and figure out where exactly you are stuck and how you can reclaim your power. So now let me give you these 5 ways. Another sip of water. Mm. Let me give you these 5 ways which I myself consider important uh, in relationships with men, when we are actually thinking about it, when we are planning it, when we are visualizing this. Very, very important is that we are self-aware and that we know what we want. So let me briefly tell you these 5 points. Of course, as you know, I have my magic, very beautiful, yes, notebook, which I'm proud of. I always take notes and prepare here the materials for you. So the first point is standards. So this is extremely important, and sometimes this is very confronting, yes, because very important is that we have these standards, we have our own rules, we have our own principles. Actually, it's not only about relationship with men. This can also be about other relationships, and actually about all areas of our life. But this is very crucial. So think about this, what you are tolerating and what you are available for. What kind of behavior, what kinds of behavior are the ones that you desire, and what you are not available for anymore. For example, for me now, because I am a very punctual person and I really respect punctual people, and for me this is completely out of my imagination and completely impossible that I can wait for somebody longer than 15 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, I live in a capital, I live in a big city, and of course, this 15 minutes when there is a traffic jam is kind of possible. But I'm not going to wait for anybody, even Barack Obama or the Queen of England, more than 15 minutes. Because if the person doesn't respect your time, it means that this person doesn't respect you, in fact, because you are not a priority. This person has some other priorities in life. When you are watching, I see you are watching, give me some comments, give me some hashtag live, and tell me where you are from. Tell me this is morning, evening, whatever. So about the standards, one more thing. When you are actually single and you don't have a relationship now, um, you know, you actually can make a list, and very detailed list, with the features of your future partner. And as you know me, maybe you don't, but as you know me, I am the advocate of manifesting. And even with this man I mentioned, he was really, oh, he's still alive. Famous doctor, beautiful doctor. So I manifested his appearance in this way, that I put some pictures of Antonio Banderas from this Desperado movie in my flat, and this picture were actually hanging for about, I don't know, half a year or something like that. And then I took them out, and suddenly after 3-4 months, my doctor appeared. So I and I don't want to now talk about the manifestation, but I have loads and tons of cases from my life that we can manifest. So if you are new, you can just explore it with curiosity. But it's very important that we go and we are really that we go deep in this list, and we are really, really, precise. Yes, because sometimes you meet the guy and you may forget about something. Something is so obvious to you that you may just forget to write it. Yeah, and you will not write that, for example, he is single or without wife, or you will forget to write that he doesn't smoke. Yeah, um, because for me this would be also obstacle. Yes, I hate smokers. I've never smoked, and if I were to have a man who smoked, I couldn't kiss him, so it's rather impossible. So be really detailed. Yeah, and it's also important in this list, write how you want to feel, because in manifestation, remember that the feelings are extremely important. So how I want to feel with this man. So get your standards, get your principles, and be extremely honest with yourself and clear what you are available, what kind of behavior you tolerate, what you expect from your partner, and also what you want to give him, and what kind of behavior you don't want to tolerate. The second point, which I have on my list, is consistency. Actually, consistency is a powerful word, one of the most powerful word I know, because it's so important in building the business, in when you go to the gym and you want to have a good figure, in eating healthily, whatever you do, and you want to have some long-term effect, you need to be consistent. And consistency in relationships with men, it's like when you tell yourself, for example, I don't tolerate this, that my partner is late more than 15 minutes. So you really stick to this. You really stick to this. And of course, when I had the relationship with this handsome doctor, of course, I was completely not consistent, because I was preparing for this meeting for 2 hours, my hair, my makeup, everything, And then I was just, it was, I didn't want to lose this time of preparation. So I was waiting like this, princess in the tower, and waiting 2 hours or sometimes longer, yes, my case, and waiting for this guy to come. But we must be consistent. Even if you are preparing for this beautiful date, long, long time, and you imagine that it's gonna be a beautiful evening, and this man is just really late. Sorry, you are canceling or you are not opening the door. You are consistent, because we are so afraid, and I was also so extremely afraid of being alone. I was afraid that this person will leave me. But now I want to put on the scale. What am I more afraid of? That this man will leave me, or that I will leave myself, that I will abandon myself? And so many times I did abandon myself. And maybe it resonates with you. Maybe you know the situation, not only in relationships with men, that you abandoned yourself too. And you don't need to tell it to the outside world. You don't need to tell this, yeah, because oh, hello, Halina, hello. So you don't need to tell this, because and your souls really, really knows deep inside that you are abandoning yourself. Yes, and you have this discrepancy, and you are not sure, and you feel that you are betraying yourself. So consistency. If you think about, okay, I'm gonna do this now, just stick to this. If you have some idea, just keep your word, just keep your promise, and in this way you can also develop trust to your decisions. Yeah, because you know that if you promise something to yourself, you are going to stick to it. The next point on my list is actually checking your motives. Checking your motives on the very, very deep underlying level. And what do I mean by this? What are your motives of being in a relationship? Yes. And with this point, I'm asking you to be really, really radically honest, because only in this way this all work has sense. Yeah, because if we are wearing a mask in front of our own mirror, and if we are lying to ourselves, of course, it all doesn't have sense. So the question is, um, what are your motives of being in this relationship? Maybe your motive is that you're extremely afraid of being alone. And that's why you are abandoning yourself with many situations just for fear of this man leaving. Or maybe your underlying motive is that uh, you have family, you have children, or you have business together, and also this is some kind of comfortable for you, and this relationship gives you some stability, financial stability, and that's why you are stuck sort of in it, because you are afraid to leave it. Yeah. Or maybe your underlying motive is that you are so afraid what the people will say. You think that it will be like a kind of, shame. Yes. That you will lose the face. You will lose the face because, for example, you are 10 or 15 or whatever, some years in your relationship marriage, and everybody thinks that this is a beautiful marriage, and now suddenly you are leaving. Yes. But again, this motif should answer the question whether this relationship really inspires me, gives me, feeds my soul, gives me joy. Yes, if I really feel fulfilled as a woman. Of course, we have different definitions of relationship, and we are looking for different things in relationships. So what I'm inviting you to do is just check with yourself, check what is important for you in a relationship, and whether the relationship you are in at this moment is just giving you these things. Yeah. And yeah, because I think that when we are in a relationship that doesn't feed us anymore, that doesn't bring us joy, um, and we are actually betraying our soul and our intuition. We are defying it, so it will backlash, and it will backlash sooner or later, and we will need to face the consequences um, sooner or later. Yes, so either outside or even the inner consequences. Yeah, like some diseases might appear because when we are suppressing some of our feelings, and when we are also not honest with ourselves, when we don't say what we really think, what we really feel, um, these emotions are stuck in our body, and then some diseases may appear. But this is a different topic. Yeah. So my fourth point is my fourth way is make an audit. And what I mean by that, I'm not an accountant by all means. Yeah. But I think that again, here in this point, be extremely honest with yourself and make the audit, and be as precise as you can in what kind of the situations you are uh, you are feeling good in this relationship, and in what kind of situations you are abandoning yourself and you are losing your power, you are giving up your power. And I think it's very, very good really to make a list, a simple chart, On the one hand, on the one left side, you have that when I feel powerful, and on the right side, or the other way around, you're writing when I'm losing myself. And really take this observer, yes, a standpoint, yeah, because I know that when we are in relationship and emotions are involved, it's maybe not so easy, but try to look at your relationship from the distance, yes, like a person who is a stranger, yeah, and try not to put emotions if you can, yeah, just from the perspective, from the outside perspective, look at it, yes. And it also can be a very powerful exercise because it can give you just another perspective, and it can really show you where you are in your relationship. And if you see, especially on this part where I am losing my power, so the next question is what I can change in order to reclaim it, yes. And the last point, it is the also very, very powerful thing. Be in the queen archetype, embody the queen. In my last slides, I was talking about the queen and the princess, so you can come back to this. But what is this queen energy and what is princess energy? I will tell you just briefly. The princess, she's of course insecure, and she needs to be rescued in life. Yeah, she was like, she was stuck in tower and waiting for the prince to rescue her. And he just was coming and kissing her, and yeah, they were living happily ever after. But the princess, what is interesting, she is not self-confident. She also all the time is looking for constant validation. So when you have a partner, when you have a husband or just boyfriend or whoever, uh, the life of the princess, maybe life is too much to say, but the mood of the princess all the time depends on the behavior of this partner. So if the partner calls her, if the partner is good to her, she is happy. Also, she is overgiver because she thinks like, notice me, I must deserve, yeah. And when this prince, when this partner, uh, I don't know, doesn't call her for a couple of days or is not available, whatever, she of course makes all these black negative movies that, oh, he has another woman, or, all these stories, all these narrations, yeah, because everything comes back to this point. She is not self confident. She doesn't know her value. She has to validate constantly herself with the other person. Yes. And the queen, on the other hand, of course, this is the opposite. She's completely self confident and she knows her values and she knows her value. Yes, and she doesn't compromise, and she really doesn't compromise. She has her life, yes, she has her hobbies, she has her passions. She will not sacrifice anything like I hear it sometimes from my clients or from my friends or acquaintances that they kind of sacrifice when they started meeting their dream man. They gave up their hobbies, they gave up their friends because they wanted to be, available like Tesco 24 hours a day for this man. And of course it is a dead end street because when this man then leaves you, or for whatever reason the relationship finishes, then you are just left alone because you put all the other friends, people, hobbies aside. And this is very, very bad when you actually sacrifice your life. So remember that the queen has the standards and has very, very clear standards. She knows what she wants. And she is also not manipulative. She doesn't say, oh, wouldn't it be nice if you could? She says, like, I want. She's very straight in communication. She also, in a very straightforward way, she communicates what she doesn't like in the relationship. And she is not afraid. She is not afraid. This is very, very important. She's not afraid of losing the man because she knows her value and she knows the value that she brings to his life. And she's much more afraid of losing herself. So this is the woman who will never, never abandon herself. So once again, let me just recap these points here. So the first point was standards. Standards, what you are available for, what you are not available for. The other point was consistency. The third point is checking your underlying motives. The fourth one, making an audit. And the fifth one, it was like be in this queen energy, embody the queen in your everyday life. So I hope that you are getting some value out of this. And, I'd love to talk to you if it resonates. I would like to invite you to this empowerment diagnostic call. And once again, we are going to figure out where you are stuck. This is my promise to you. You will leave this call with awesome value and with at least one or two tangible, actionable steps that you can implement to create some real shifts in your life. So if you are interested, give me the hashtag empowerment in the comments or just send me a DM on Messenger. Of course, I will reach out to you. Actually, after this live, I will also put the link. So this is all from me today, and I wish you, of course, awesome day or awesome evening, depending where you are. And I think we are going to meet very soon, probably some of the days this week. So thank you very much. Have an awesome day. Love.